click anywhere to start. Oh, okay. It responds to sound. Oh, this sounds nice and friendly. How's it going, chicks and mates? This is Mrjacharles, and we're here at the bottom of the well. Can I just say, game designers, you do not start a sentence with a lowercase letter. It's meant to be a capital T. Why would you do that to a writer? Why would you do that to New Game as well? And change, well, I suppose change profile you can get away with. Red Nettle. I was looking forward to this game, Red Nettle. You let me down. Well, I haven't even played the game. I can't just judge it by these things. But yeah, I looked at some pictures in the Steam community because it's a Steam game, and it looked really cool and really pretty. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know anything about this game except a few images, like a few photographs. Photographs, snapshots is what those cool kids say that live in 2016. Pretty sure no one's used photographs for a long time. Anyway, new game. Oh, well, look how nice this is. Welcome to Bottom of the Well. Shouldn't it be the bottom of the well? Whatever. This game is a visual novel, meaning it is a mainly text-based piece of interactive fiction. A book where you get to decide what happens next. Oh, why am I bumping into so many writers this week? Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a selection of options, which will further the story. Okay. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice though, the most important of which is the kind of Alice, our protagonist, you're going to play. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. Oh, that's good. Thanks for playing our game. Oh yeah, thanks for dying. Red Nettle Studio. I would like default, randomly generated, custom, Dark Alice. Oh, I am tempted to click Dark Alice. But in respect of the game, default Alice is. The default Alice is capable of finishing the game to its true ending, but not necessarily through all branches. This Alice is career motivated, friendly, somewhat lazy, a hopeless romantic, I know that feeling, with no survival skills at all. She makes up for it by being a good organizer. Not really a good organizer if you just throw loads of crap all around you in your personal CV here. I mean, if you presented this to an employer, I'm pretty sure they'd say, get out, this is atrocious. But you know what, I'll forgive you. What we got? Accept and start, customize. Can I actually customize her? Click on the icons, will give you a short description of what they are. Press the plus to add a point and the minus to detract a point. You have to invest all 9 points before you can continue. A stat can have a maximum of 3 points. Okay. What the hell does that say? Career? Gazir? Dating? I love how it actually says it like dating too, with 2 exclamation marks and a question mark. I don't know what any of this means. I've got a feeling I'm going to need survival. But you know what? Okay, I'm just going to let you do it. You said default, I'm going to do default. Whoa! Dream Diary, September 13th, 2015. Today I had the weirdest dream of my life. Oh, okay. Whoa! Morning, eh? Morning. What the hell's going on? Yeah. Oh, am I allowed to interact now? Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? No. Well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that. You fell asleep. Oh, come on! Sorry. Alice in Wonderland is like our fate. Really? Is this a spin-off Alice in Wonderland? Look, there's the White Rabbit, there's the Mad Hatter, there's Alice. Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning in on my radio. You're such a ludit. Amazing I can even catch you online. Shut up, I'm not a ludit. I just like analog things. Sure. Anyway, I was tuning into the broadcast and I must have hit the AM switch or something because suddenly the channel changed to something else. What? Aliens? Oh, government-run number stations? Yeah, totally. And then she got abducted to space, and that's where the Queen of Hearts appeared. No, it was this weird, white noise at first. That's what happens when you don't tune in on a radio station, Alice. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. I tuned the radio. It was weird though. What happened? It made some weird noises. Doesn't that normally happen in the radio when you tune it in a station that, you know, it's not exactly there, but it's nearly there? No, of course not. That's weird. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast. So I went out on the balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came through clear. It now sounded more like music, with the art signal in the background. Sure. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Yeah, that's some good poetry there. Oh, so somebody pirate radio broadcast of old golden oldies. Oh, so somebody's pirate radio broadcast of golden oldies. Fuck's sake, right. Oh, so somebody's pirate radio broadcast of old goldies? Fuck's sake. I can't say that sentence. It felt like there was something else there. Some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird, and then I fell asleep. So somebody's pirate radio broadcast of old... I can't say it. I don't know why. I'm gonna keep saying that in my sleep. Anyway, what a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed and I didn't know what I was dreaming. Don't you understand? It was entirely lucid, but like waking up in another world. Except I didn't think of it as another world. Does this make any sense? No, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know how I can get an alternate ending now because I'm just listening to you two talk. You have a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. You know, it just sounds weird, but sure. I'm sure it would have been, except for the whole end of the world that Parks had been in the dream. Okay, now you've got my attention. When is the Mad Hatter interested in the apocalypse? Oh. Are we gonna enter the apocalypse? So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. It's important to know that I wasn't acting like I would be in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Yes. Heavy. Isn't it though, this plot? Oh, look at that smiley face. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just... between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Oh, is it World War III by any chance? Were you alone? Yeah, I had a really long day at the office, so I'd sworn up... Wait, so you had a dream you were at the office? Okay. This is a very detailed dream, I'm just saying. So I had sworn off all social contact for the evening. I had the TV on in the background, just as noise. Wait, what? The office? You mean you've got some kind of a real adult person job in this dream of yours? That's what I thought, but I don't even know what's happening anymore. Yeah, actually, at the college. Student admissions office. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I am going to graduate in just a few months, you know. That's not the surprising thing, Alice. The surprising thing is, you remember pretty much everything. You're literally in another world right now. How can you remember this background? How can you remember this music? How can you remember that smiley face? So that smiley face is creeping me out. Uh-huh. With a BA in English Lit. Oh, jealous. I'd love one of those. Alas, I am self-taught. Shut up. Such skill with words. Anyway, what happened next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system. Jacked the volume all the way up too. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now and that we needed to get to shelter. That we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Jesus, sounds scary. Doesn't it though? At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched channel, but they were all the same. And then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. And I knew things were serious. Okay. I just want to stop here. A little time out here, game designer. This is going on too long. Normally at this point I'd click crazy. But the only two things making me like keep on to the story is A, they mentioned an English BA, and B, they friggin' have like a Alice in Wonderland thing going on. If it weren't for those two facts, I'd click away. But I'm gonna respect the story because it seems quite central. So what'd you do? Oh, finally! We get to interact with something! I don't know. Oh, Ches is in the Chestershire Cat? I went online to find out what was going on. In the 60s. Sure, let's defy physics. Let's defy history. Didn't you try calling someone, like your parents? Of course I tried, but it was futile. The phone network was completely overworked, but the net still worked fine. In the 1960s! This is still the 1960s, isn't it? Oh, whatever. So what'd you find? The net was still working, but the bandwidth was severely lacking. The major news networks were either down or overloaded, but all the big search engines defaulted some kind of government site in super simple HTML. That kind of confirmed it really was the real deal. Isn't the net supposed to be some kind of DARPA invention anyway? Wouldn't be surprised if they had some kind of system in place to take it over if need be. Well, they hadn't taken over. You could still go wherever you wanted. Facebook still worked. You know, they even have a time period up there. 9:09 Sunday, September 18, cloudy. They have the detail to say it's cloudy. They have the detail to say the exact minute. But they don't have the detail to say what year this is. Oh, whatever. Apocalypse-proof servers. Nice. It was insane. I tried to get in touch with my brother. He's the only one who's even got an account. But there was no reply. I spat my ass and sent an email to my mother. But I don't know. It felt like I needed to find someone right there and then. And a group chat. It was spreading through our social network like wildfire. Someone had found the closest old Fallout shelter that was actually still operable, down on 3rd. People were going there, just grabbing all they could and running before the bombs fell. So what happened next? Oh, do tell. Nothing. You know, I did find you online. Oh, but we didn't save you. Screw you and your cup of tea. You can die. That must have been useless. I am all the way over in Old Blighty. Unless things were different in your dream? No, you were still in the UK. Bombs already started falling there. Oh, you died, did you? ... You disappeared. There's nothing more to do. So he did die. I don't know. It was only a dream, Al. Al? Why are you giving her the same name like a fat lorry driver might have? I mean, it might be a handsome prince too, but... Al. I always preferred Alistair. That's what I want to call my child if I ever get one. I make it sound like a product. Sure. So then what? Okay. The Fallout shelter seemed like the best. I don't even know what's going on. I needed to think about my options. Well, I didn't immediately try to call Chess if the first thing I did was search the internet. I want to know what these options things are. Okay, what was your plan? The broadcast kept saying to stay indoors, to keep all the windows and doors closed, stuff like that. Was it realistic of you to think you could stay in the apartment? Realistic? It wasn't like I had been through a lot of apocalypses before. I'm not sure what constitutes realistic. I had enough food in my cupboards to last me a while, so at least I had that going for me. Oh yeah, and then I had my trusty radio, of course. I tried it, and it worked. It was sending out the same emergency broadcasts as on TV. And you called me a ludet. Yeah, because it's inside a dream. Doesn't make you smart. Got me there. No, she didn't. Friggin', you can do anything in a dream. Just turn into a butterfly and fly away from hell. So what did you do? I decided to try to tough it out at home. I don't see what going through the Fallout shelter is going to do, because if you go to the shelter, that's going outside. And going outside means the apocalypse can kill you. I'll call Ches. Ches? Who's that? Is it the Chestershire Cat? My, boyfriend. I'm gonna overlook that the Chestershire Cat is dating Alice in Wonderland. I mean, I don't have a boyfriend, but in my dream I did. Wait up, tell me more about this sudden new boyfriend of yours. I thought you weren't in the dating scene. Oh, is this based on attributes that Alice had? Oh, so if we changed our attributes round, then we would have got different options. Oh, that's cool. Actually, I've been thinking about putting myself out there. Like maybe some online dating or something. Although I'm kind of afraid to check OkCupid right now. What if there's a guy named Ches? Good icebreaker. Hi, I'm Alice. I dreamed about you last night. You were my end of the world buddy. God, I gotta try that sometime. Well, except I'm not single, so... Frig it. Me and Bay will go on the dating site together. Funny. Aren't I just... You were saying about Ches. What kind of name is that anyway? Ches. What kind of name is that? Can you imagine, like, just someone giving birth? I mean, don't imagine the full details. They hold the baby, they look at how beautiful it is in their eyes, and they're like, I'm gonna call you Ches. That's such a nice name. I'm sure that's gonna get him bullied. And it's probably his children bullied. I wasn't really, I mean, yeah, he was pretty hard, I guess. That's smart and into me. What more could you ask? How did this turn from an apocalypse into a dating story? Is it a love story, baby? Do I just say yes? I can sense you blushing all the way over there. No, maybe I should check my OkCupid file, actually. Oh, and he's actually going to be there. Oh my god! Chess is actually there. Oh my god! He caused the apocalypse. So what did your boyfriend think? Well, first I tried calling him, but all I got was a pre-recorded network busy message. But the net still worked, so I hit him up there. I mean, we did most of our communications in chat anyway. And he wasn't online. Kind of a dumb idea anyway, I guess. Screw you! No! Oh, I don't want to go for the fallout shelter. But I've got a feeling if I stay at home, nothing's gonna happen, or something stupid. Oh, what about this stuff? What the smiley face bounces, the can bounces. Alright. Fallout shelter. The old fallout shelter was down on 3rd. It wasn't far, close enough to walk anyway. Did you think to bring anything? Oh right, yes, I grabbed the biggest bag I had. Good. A backpack, some people called it magic. You could fit so much into it, bigger on the inside and all that. Oh good, she brought a TARDIS. Holy oh, okay, take map. Oh, okay, so there's a certain number of things I can have. Oh god, I'm gonna enjoy this, I can tell. I'm gonna take food. I have 4 items. I think I'll take the map and the radio. Oh, wait, how much can I take? Flashlight? Spare clothes? Okay, I don't want to take the spare clothes and sleeping bag anyway. So we got food, radio, map, torch, name tag. My university ID, except it's no longer for student, but for staff. Doubles in an electronic keycard. And then my clothes are in a state of advanced disarray, but I kept it set clean. Good, yeah, that's what I want. Well, go on, what was it like? Did you run into trouble? You could say that. God, that shelter. So... I headed towards the shelter from my apartment. I'll admit, I was still kind of hoping it was just some kind of big false alarm, and by tomorrow everything would be back to normal. Like an extreme version of Awesome World's War of the Worlds broadcast? Oh, well, Awesome Worlds, yeah. I prefer Jeff Wayne. Actually, the panic that radio show caused was greatly exaggerated, probably by Wells himself, and it worked. We still remember it today. Great ad campaign. Oh, did that actually happen? Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, guess that English Lit degree is coming to use at least. Yeah, well, it didn't really feel like it. I remember trying to think of words to describe the way the streets felt, the way the city sounded. Turmoil, chaos, anarchy, tumult, pandemonium. The capital of hell. I love how Matt Howard can be so straight to the point sometimes. Now who's got a degree in lit? Yeah, the capital of hell. I made a metaphor, or... yeah, it's a metaphor, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. And he's got a degree in lit. I don't! Give me a degree in lit! Stop stalling. Yeah, it's just so fucking damn, like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents anywhere with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked with their eyes to the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter okay? Shelter was actually in the basement of the bar. They used it as a storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street. But there was no signs or anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. Okay, wait, isn't that the bar you always go to, the Rad Bar? Whoa, oh my god. We moved? That's pretty cool. Heh, yeah. Go on, Alice, did you get in? I went to what I thought was a side door. It wasn't the kind of alleyway I'd usually hang out in. I could just imagine junkies and hobos sleeping among those trash bags. Anyway, Suspense is killing. Oh, total. I don't even know what's going on. I think the story's basically she had a dream. There was an emergency. The apocalypse had come. So then she decided to leave home and fuck, I don't know. So I knocked on the door and then immediately tried to handle. It was locked. Nothing happened for a while, and then the door opened just a bit, and she stuck her head out. Is it the Queen of Hearts? She? The bitch queen. She was this red-haired chick who had taken charge of everything in there. She was the only one who originally posted about the place, so I guess she felt she owned it somehow. Sure. She stood there in the doorway looking me over and then basically said, "We're full," like it was an exclusive club. Yes, more exclusive than Club Penguin. I can't believe they'd just keep you out for no good reason. Was it actually full? Ha! Not a chance. There's a sign on the door that said capacity 100. There's just no way there was 100 people in there already. I said as much. She didn't reply. I guess you didn't just let it be at that. Well, that third option's pretty smart. But then the Red Queen would, the Queen of Hearts would like think, oh, where's everyone else? Pushing the door, I think she's gonna be stronger. I don't actually know my stats either. I gave up, yeah, totally, and I let the apocalypse take me. I could try to talk my way in, I just don't see. Although, isn't that how Alice gets the Queen's favour, by talking her way in? I don't know. I want to go for the third option. But it was just you. Yes, but like, in theory, there'd be others than just me. Did she buy it? She looked behind me and back at me and then repeated, "I'm sorry, but we're full." What'd you do? I tried talking my way in. Tried talking my way in. You can't just leave me out here, and so forth. She just repeated that they were full, that they weren't enough food for any more, that I should try to find some other place to hide. Stone-cold bitch indeed. Tried telling her I wouldn't be a burden. I had brought food. I opened my bag and showed her, and she stole it? You're nicer than I would be. What did she say? I wasn't being nice. I was being desperate. I was trying to figure out the rules of this sudden new reality. She hesitated. Then she said, "Alright, but you'll have to share." Oh, freaking go somewhere else. No, exit. I bribe her. How tempting. What was your answer? No, we need our food. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of at two minds at this, because if I give up, that makes me go back to the house, doesn't it? If I try and push the door open, then all hell breaks loose. I think that second option's a dud. I don't want to, but then I'm dreaming. Do I even need to eat? Oh, I'll take it up, fine. So she let me slip in, closing the door behind me with a bang. Okay. Oh, this wasn't worth it. It looks terrible in here. I barely had time to get my bearings before she started taking command again, telling me to hurry up and empty me bags. Me bags! Empty your bags? She had some kind of notion she should be in charge of the supplies. And what did you say to that? Well, I don't want to rock the boat, but I don't trust her. She's a villain in the main plot, so I don't see how she can not be the villain here. Let's talk politely. Seems reasonable. Yeah. I wasn't there to fight. I just wanted to get through it. So what? Did she rob you of everything you owned or what? I was ready to start arguing with her about that, politely of course, but it turned out she just wanted to make inventory. She's very carefully wrote down everything we had with us, from clothes to food to blankets. Huh. I'm not saying she wasn't prissy about it, but I understood. Everyone was stressed out. What about the others in there? Were they happy to be bossed around by her? I think most of them were too shell-shocked to think about that. Someone was in charge. That was enough for most. Did you make any new friends? Mainly old friends. I hadn't been the first there. We mingled. Oh! Oh, so we can talk to people! Did she leave you alone afterwards? The place had maybe 20 people in it, us included, but she stayed away from most of us. So yes, she did. We were the last to arrive. No, soon after there were some others. These she let in without trouble, embracing one of them, this big burly guy with a motorcycle jacket. Is that a white rabbit by any chance? Somebody you knew? Actually, yes. Ray was his name. He lived pretty close. I mainly knew him for his love for motorcycles. I had no idea he knew the Bitch Queen. But the place was still empty. Yeah. Soon after there was another knock, and this time the Bitch Queen tried to do the same thing she did with me. What did you do? This was unacceptable! Can I mingle? No, oh, does that just say how many people in the room or around me? Get my food, I smile, I drag my smiley face. Do I want to push my luck? If I step in... Keeping quiet doesn't sound like a good idea to me, but I'm going to try it. I know it's just a dream, but geez, what she was doing was just not right. I know, but I was afraid. I didn't want to be thrown out. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know what's so valuable about this place, but I've got a feeling I made the wrong decision. That's fine. I understand. Still, it boils my blood. Well, anyway, she and her friends closed the door and made sure it was kept closed. I really hope whoever was left outside actually left to find another shelter. Because when the bombs started to drop... Okay, so we're being bombed. Ah, yes. The bombs. We were all on the ground, down a set of stairs leading to the actual bunker. It was filled with barrels and barrels of beer and other drinks, but at least there was light for a while. So it actually happened, the nuclear war? Yes. Oh, this is about the Cold War. We had a radio with us, and we all sat clustered around it. At first, there was a sporadic report that the US missile defense system was working, and that it was shooting down the incoming warheads. But then the signal turned off, and a few moments later, we felt the rumble. Holy shit! But you are okay. Shelter did what it was designed to do, yes. Although at one point there was a terrible sign just above us, and the shelter was briefly filled with dust. I was pretty sure we were all dead. People were screaming, babies were crying, the lights flickered and died. It was the end. Holy poo! Your subconscious wasn't joking around. We subsisted our candles and flashlights and waited for the radio to come back. It did after a while. What did it say? Just about expected fallout patterns. It sounded very recorded, but guess there had to be someone alive up there still clicking on buttons. But even that ended after a little while. Wow, okay, so how long did you stay down there? Well, the radio said there was a cloud of radioactive ash coming our way within 24 hours and told everyone to stay inside until further notice. Then it died. So, I guess you stayed at least 24 hours then. Of course, the problem came when we tried to leave. What? Well, the shelter was underground, underneath a big trapdoor, and the house above, it apparently collapsed on the trapdoor. We tried to open it, pushed and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. Damn, that's like a real nightmare. Did you get it? Did you get it? She's in a dream, and he's gonna get a nightmare. Buried alive. Well, we had food down there for a while, and if we started drinking beer with our meals, we could probably stretch it out for weeks. Wait, if we started drinking beer with our meals, wouldn't that make you hungrier? Whatever, okay. Of course, then we'd all be kind of drunk all the time too, but what then? Maybe there'd be rescue? Doubt it, the whole world's been bombed. Maybe. What if there wasn't? What if they did the other thing? Ray and his queen wanted her to sit tight and wait for help. A few of the others wanted to find an alternative way out. Maybe through one of the ventilation shafts. A third option would be to keep working on the trapdoor. It opened out, but if we removed the hinges and got it to collapse inward, and then dug up through the debris... Radioactive debris. Anyway, people were getting very antsy, so it was time to make some kind of decision. So what did you do? Oh god. See, I should be stopping this. It's 30 minutes in. Freaking... Oh, why didn't I split this in parts? Okay, so stay put and waiting for rescue seemed the best option. Not really. Trapdoor doesn't sound good. Opening up an alternative exit seemed to be the wisest, like a ventilation shaft. Well, did it matter what I wanted? I just sat back to see what the others did. Well, ventilation shaft would give me some free. Well, I might open up a place that isn't radioactive. I'll go for this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you get your air from the ventilation shaft? Well, yes, it was kind of risky to go messing with it. and we all knew that, but the trapdoor didn't feel like a good idea, and neither was staying put, so it was a shot. Yeah, that was my decision there. Maybe I should have gone for the trapdoor. So what did you find out? Well, I stood on the shoulders of some of the others and managed to dislodge the grate on one of the shafts in the roof. I shone a flashlight in and saw it was just barely big enough for one thin-shouldered person. Someone like Alice? Sounds like someone I know. Oh, I thought so. Well, with a bit of help, they pushed me up the shaft. It was tight, very tight, but I could just barely wiggle my way upwards. This was roughly the point I remembered I had a serious fear of enclosed spaces. Why would you remember that now? How convenient. Well, I understand. What if you got stuck? No one would be able to help you out, especially if it was somewhere further up. Who knows if it even led to the surface, or if it was unblocked up there. Risky. Yeah, I know. I definitely had some reservations. So, what'd you do? Do I want to keep going up the craft? Do I want to keep going up the shaft? I don't like the trapdoor. I want to keep going. Brave, you're telling me. It was that, or the remains stuck underground. Either way, I was going to die in the dark. Still, I think most people prefer to delegate that, or then hope for the best somewhere else. Hey, don't ask me. I did what I did in the dream because that's who I was in the dream. I don't think it was me exactly. It was more like a future potential me, you know? Or maybe I'm just hypnotizing you to get yourself killed. Sure, I guess. Anyway, crawl space, how did you do? It was tight, and it got tighter fast. I felt like hyperventilating, but somehow I got my breathing under control. The flashlight helped a lot. I guess you don't have a piece of mushroom that would make you smaller, did you? Aha, funny references to Alice in Wonderland again. Ha, very appropriate. No, I didn't. Anyway, somehow I managed to continue, pushing myself up the sides of the tunnel. I got so tired so fast, every muscle in my body was burning. It can't have been that far underground, though. It must have been just a few dozen feet, right? Sure, but there were filters and it was thin. And it went straight up, and yeah, it was not fun. The worst part was I didn't even have any proper tools with me, just whatever we had used to pry away the first cover, a claw hammer, I think. What was your strategy? Oh, I don't know. My brain's tired. You know what? Because I am actually running out of time. I'm just going to do all the stupid options now. Just bash my way through anything that comes in my way. Okay, so how did that go? It didn't. I panicked, and when I panicked, I trashed and got tired and tried struggling through. I got even more tired. I managed to squeeze up to the next block, but by then I was so helplessly wedged I couldn't even do anything with it. Jesus Christ, Alice, so you were stuck? It was a complete nightmare. I cried out for help, I cried, and I was sure they heard me, but they couldn't do anything. I tried going forward and I couldn't. I tried going back and I couldn't. So, what then? I died. Well, I guess I should feel lucky I wasn't completely alone. They actually did try to get me out by enlarging the tunnel. That's what they said, at least. Before then, I got to enjoy a few days in complete darkness. I was so thirsty. Alright, but did they get you out? Yes and no. They broke something when they were digging, and suddenly the whole thing fell down, with me still in it. I broke a few ribs, a few other bones, and then I think I suffocated to death. It was a relief, to be honest, after those days of torment. And thus concluded my dream. That was long. What's next? Anything else? ... Well, that was interesting. What do you think? I think it felt incomplete, like there was something... No! You know what? Is there a menu thing first? Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways. This one was, I think. I felt like I was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening close enough. Maybe you should try again next night. See if you heard the same recording. Speaking of, what frequency was this on? That's the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized I had hit the right channel, and that I was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. Oh yeah, good reference. I meant to be like, oh my god, this is an Alice in Wonderland spin-off after all the Alice in Wonderland things you said. This isn't exactly some obscure number stationary frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe you'll dream it next night again anyway. That's the good thing with dreams. You can always dream them again. And maybe just think different the second time round. God, I get the point. You can redo the game. I could literally just, in one word, do this. Just say, retry. That's all you need to do. You know what? When I played Omen Exitio Plague, I said I liked games with multiple choice. And that's what this game had. But it is so over convoluted. It is too over convoluted. Like going back to Omen Exitio Plague, I know I'm mentioning that game a lot, but the thing is, it was about maybe one or two paragraphs, and then you can make a decision. Granted, this game had more decisions you can make in it, but there's so much text, and there's so much that's not needed. My brain has fallen asleep. My brain can't function properly. I am no longer an accountant slash YouTuber slash writer. I'm a table. I'm a table now. Plot twist. I'm a table. I want to this because I want to see how this ends. I'm not going to do it like this week. I don't even know when I'm going to do it. I've got tons of other games I want to beat first. I might get back to this game. I don't know when. Maybe it'd be a Christmas thing. But I think this game would be good for another time. But anyway, look out for my book. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, see ya.